Jiu Jitsu in a nutshell.
Hey guys, this is Monroe Hall. Welcome back to Jiu Jitsu in a Nutshell, where we focus on a broad position instead of one specific move. Today we're going to be going over escaping from side control. So being underneath and side control and escaping. So the big thing that happens when a person passes our guard and we're underneath is we no longer have our legs as props, so we can't push the person around, hold them in place. We start to get really vulnerable when this happens. The guy can start elbowing you in the head, kneeing you in the head, trying to bend your arms the wrong way. So we need to start using what we have to get our whole body back into the fight if we're underneath, or we need to use what we have to mobilize and get back up, look at the guy face to face again, get back into neutral, get some sort of control back in the situation. So the guy passes my legs, oh, he gets into side control. My legs can't push him away anymore. All I have left is my arms now to help me prop the guy. So what I want to do is I want to start to prop. I'm going to try to get a forearm across his neck if I can, and I'm going to try to get another forearm across his waistline if I can. The first one, the first one's real rudimentary. It's like the basic escape that you'll see in most classes. We'll start with that because it goes off the formula really tightly. So what you're going to do is you're going to bridge to create space. So your feet always want to get real close to your hips. And you're going to do a bridge shrimp combo. So I bridge and push with these props. Once I have space, I'm going to shrimp. And I'm going to try to get a bigger prop jammed up in there. So I want to get my whole leg. Once my leg's in, I'm going to fight to point this knee to the ceiling, which will allow me to get a closed guard. And then I got the guy wrapped again. I can start to attack. Or another one that'll occur is, say the guy hips go higher up. His arm switches the side of my head. His hips are up by my head. So now, you can drop a little weight, Brian. So now when I go to hip bump and get my knee and it's difficult, but with this same prop, what I can do with this same prop is now I can do the bridge, but I can bridge diagonally up north. So my legs are having trouble getting to him, but he's made his base weaker. So when I bridge, super important, I don't bridge sideways. I bridge him a diagonal up. I'll hold his head, I'll bridge him up. I'll try to make my own way to side control from on top. So basic idea with propping, I'm not going to have my legs to prop, so I'm going to have to use a bridge and shrimp in combination with these smaller props to make them have some potency. We're going to go over underhooking now. So underhooking is going to help you get back up to your base, get you back up where you're mobile again. So the idea, like, if he's fastened to me, he's got an underhook on me, then it makes it really difficult for me to get up, because even if I get all the way up, if you let my head up, if he's underhooking on my arm, he can kind of drive me back down to the mat. It's hard for me to escape. So what I want to do is I want to get an underhook. And this is a real common problem with the earlier students is if I get an underhook and I'm using my bicep, I don't really have enough leverage to escape. So my goal is to get Brian onto my shoulder. So right now he's on my bicep and I'm kind of weak. I want to get him up onto my shoulder. So I think of like if I had a big old keg or a big barrel, holding here would be fatiguing. But if I could put that thing up on my shoulder, it'd be strong. So really, once you get him to your shoulder, you're cool to mobilize. Your shoulder becomes your prop. So I'm going to give a big bridge and just try to get him from my chest onto my shoulder. If I get to where he's on my shoulder, if he's trying to put me down, I can now base with my elbow and make my way up. Sometimes you get the back. Sometimes you'll run him down. Sometimes the guy will cut loose and square up to you. Either way, you've become mobile and you're no longer being held down. There's another way you can underhook. That's the common way, is you'll underhook on this side. Sometimes this underhook, the guy's concentrating really heavy on it. There's another way you can underhook. So it's the exact same thing, but from the other end. I put my bicep on my opponent, and I'm weak right now. But if I can bridge him up to my shoulder, I then become strong. And then my opposite elbow, when I can, I'm going to use that to start helping myself up. So what I'll do now is I'll bridge, and I'll try to get him to my shoulder. Once I have my shoulder propping him, if he tries to get back on top of me, I can use it to hold him back so that I can end up on top. So basic idea we're going for from side control is you're going to use props to try to make space. You're going to use them as like wedges to kind of make space. Your small props will make room for your big props. Or you can even flip the guy around with these props once you get a little more comfortable grappling, moving weight around. And then two, we're looking to underhook. And make sure that when you underhook, if you're on your bicep, you're going to be weaker. And so you're looking to drive the guy up onto your shoulder. And once you get him to your shoulder, you got his weight up there, then you're pretty good to go. Thanks for tuning in. Check us out next Monday. We'll give you more Jiu Jitsu in a nutshell. Thanks, guys.